All right, welcome to Lantern Year 6 still. We are going to go and fight the Kingsman. Um, he's going to kill 5 of our population, so we decided to go and hunt him. I'm taking Philip, Jafar, Aurora, and Snow. So Snow's got the King Spirit, but the only thing she's really got is a skull helm. Aurora is here with the Bone Blade and a full set of Rawhide. The green we have Jafar, who's got a Founding Stone and a Bone Dagger and Bone Darts. And finally, we got Philip, who is right here in the gold. And he's got a full Rawhide set. He's got a Bone Axe. He at least has a Monster Tooth necklace, so he's got some extra added strength. Not expecting a lot with the Kingsman other than these 4 survivors to die, but it's better than losing 5 survivors. So let's go ahead and get this started, and who knows, maybe we can get King Step right off the bat, but we'll see. All right, so there once was a monster that was to lead the Master's regal procession. First, the monster came as a herald, then its hungry masters. So fierce were the monster's masters that it never thought to protect its own back, knowing what horrors lay behind it. All right, so the Kingsman, if you've never fought him before, has King's Combat, so he's going to do a basic action before he actually does his AI card. He has King's Aura, which means he's got 3 battle pressure cards on top of the hit location deck. And so here is the battle pressure card. You got to get rid of all of these battle pressures to get to any of the wounds. You've got Weak Spot, which means -4 toughness in his blind spot. Outfighting, which means he's always going to stay at least 1 space away from the survivors. So what we're going to hopefully do is trigger battle pressure, get somebody to get King Step out of these new survivors, and yeah, hopefully we're able to do some damage to them. Maybe make this a halfway decent fight before they all die. So let me go ahead and turn to King Step so that I'm not doing that later. And let's go ahead and begin. So our survivors go first. We're going to go ahead and make the monster controller. We're going to make it Snow. Snow is the closest one to him, so guessing that Snow is the one that is going to get insanity from being targeted. So Snow's has 4 survival, 4 survival. Jafar has 3 survival, and Philip has 4 survival. We do have a survivor corpse here that we get to place, so I'm going to place that over here with, we'll place it with Jafar. And that's that. All right, so we go first because the Kingsman is invading our settlement and has come to do damage to our survivors, so we get to defend. And so the first thing that's going to happen is Jafar is going to search the survivor corpse. Oh, so the other terrain card I did pull was these stone columns, so I placed those around the board also. There's one off of camera. But Jafar is going to look at this survivor corpse. So if a survivor moves through the space occupied the terrain, they suffer brain damage equal to the monster level. Not going to do that. So he's just going to scavenge. So he's going to roll a d10 and Lantern 10. So gain 3 insanity and 1 skull basic resource. Archive the terrain. So that's excellent. So Jafar has 3 insanity because he had 0. And let me grab a skull basic resource. And we'll archive the terrain. Remove it from the board. All right, so Skull says, when you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains an insanity. So let's see who. We know we're probably going to give Snow some insanity. So let's give Philip 1 insanity. And put this skull-based resource off to the side. We've also got Rawhide Headband. So let's take a look at these top 2 AI cards with Philip. Furthest threat in range, no target guard. Closest threat, in field of view in range, no target guard. So this one's 3 speed, always hits the head. Let's put Trip on the top. So we are just out of range. So Jafar looked at the thing and didn't move on his turn. That was my action for this turn. I'm actually going to get in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to move up 1 space with Snow so that she is in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we're going to position our survivors like this so that we can decide who he's going to target. And we'll have him target, could be any one of these characters. But know that he's going to sweep with his weapon. So we'll leave our characters like that. And we'll end our turn there. Okay? So the monster controller is now Philip. And we're going to go ahead and do King's Combat. So King's Combat says, at the start of each monster turn, perform a basic action. Okay, so the Kingsman's basic action is Survivor of the Blind Spot, closest threat, full move towards the target, make a separate attack against each survivor in the area. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all he's going to do. Closest threat, doesn't say closest threat in ranges, it says closest threat. So now we're going to pull that Trip card. So furthest threat in range. Right, so they're all equidistant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to stop 1 space away because he does have a reach of 2 without fighting. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone. So that's her. It is 2 attacks, and it is a 3 accuracy. So 2 attacks for him with a 3 accuracy. Snow, who is this character, has no evasion. So we're looking at 3s to hit Snow. That's 2 hits. Let's take a look at the locations. So body and hand. So it's going to be 3 damage and then bash to the body and the hand. She will go ahead and take the damage to the hand, which takes her right to heavy. And she is going to dodge the body. So I'm just looking to see. I don't think, let me see what outfighting does. Reach 2, monster moves towards 1 space away. Weak spot, King's Aura. Yep, so there's no knockback. It just knocks her over. Okay? So, which is bash. So that is done. Okay, so let's go ahead and stand Snow up. And he does, this was Philip, he has a full rawhide set, but he does lose his survival, so he's got 3 survival left. But he does encourage Snow to stand up. So Snow is going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll stay 1 space away from the Kingsman. And she will use her King Spear. So the King Spear is a 6+ to hit. She doesn't have any bonuses, so it's just a straight 6+ to hit. So that is an 8. So that is 1 hit. We'll take the Battle Pressure card. And it says, this hit is canceled. If the survivor is adjacent to the monster, they may King Step. Oh, she is not next to the monster. So she just removes the Battle Pressure. Still good. All right. So let's go ahead and see if we can't take off some more of these. How about the Bone Dagger? So Jafar's going to run up. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to attack with the Bone Dagger. So that's 3 attacks for him. That's a 9, and a 5. So that's 2 hits. That's both battle pressures. And we will King Step. All right, so King Step. We'll roll a d10. He's got no tempo tokens. You'll get those as these rolls take place. But if he rolls a 10, he gets the King Step fighting card. So let's see if we can't do that. That's a 4. The monster easily predicts your motion and skewers you with your own momentum. Spend 1 survival or suffer a random severe body injury. Gain a tempo token. Okay, so we will spend a survival. So he is down to 2 survival. Okay. Gain a tempo token. Okay. So that'll help us later when we do these rolls over and over again. So we'll use these tokens, and that's 1 token on Jafar's battle tempo card. All right, so now he's got no battle tempo or battle pressure cards. So now we can start trying to do some damage. So we have Philip, who's got an axe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go ahead and attack with the axe, which is 2 attacks. It is a 6+ to hit. That is no hits. He will go ahead and surge. He keeps his survival. And that is a hit. The 9. So the hit location ends up being the Regal Gauntlet. There is a reflex where he's going to face the attacker, move away from the attacker, move the monster 2 spaces directly away. If the attacker has King Step, they may follow. Okay, so there's the Vambrances. He's going to do that reflex anyways. We'll go ahead and try to wound him with the Bone Axe. So the Bone Axe is a strength of 3. He's got a strength of 2 permanent, or not permanent, from the Monster Tooth Necklace. So that's 5. And the Kingsman has a toughness of 12. So that's excellent. So we're going to need a 7. 7 to wound. That is an 8. Excellent. So that is our first wound against the Kingsman. Now he'll do his reflex. So the card states, turn to face the attacker. Done. Move the monster 2 spaces directly away from the attacker. 1, 2. That's about as far as we can go. If you have King Step, you may follow the Kingsman and move 2 spaces forward. Otherwise, cancel all hits out of range. There are no more hits. All right. So there's your first hit location gone. So now we're looking at Bone Sword. And because he moved, he's out of range. We'll move her there for right now. She does have her Rawhide headband, so she's going to take a look at the top 2 AI cards again. We know one of them is going to be a basic action. And this one's going to be, looks like Spear. We're going to do... The other one's Hook and Pull, so it's 3 attacks. They're both 3 attacks. We're going to do Hook and Pull first. Furthest threat in field of view in range. Yeah, we'll try to do that. All right, battle pressures go back on top of the deck. And our turn is done. So now the Kingsman's going to do his basic action. So the monster controller is Jafar. And he will attack the survivor in the blind spot. There is no survivor in his blind spot. He'll attack the closest threat, which ends up being Philip. So he'll turn, stay away from one space away from him. He'll do his attack, which is 3 at a 3+. Philip does have a 1 evasion, so it ends up being a 4+ to hit him. So that's 2 hits on him. Okay, and the 2 locations end up being the body and the head. So we are going to dodge the head and take all 3 damage on the body. Bash and knock back 5 in the direction of the arrows. Bash. Okay. So now he's going to do his AI card, which is hook and pull. Furthest threat in field of view in range. Furthest threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be Jafar. So he's going to come up 1, 2, 3. He does have outfighting, so he's going to stop 1 space away. And 3 attacks. It's a 3+ to hit. Jafar has no evasion. So 3+ to hit him. Oh, I wish he had at least 1 evasion. Is there no way he's got evasion? There's no evasion on his card. All right, so he's going to hit 3 times. So definitely going to dodge one of these. But he's going to end up taking 3 damage to these 2 locations. Body, waist, and foot. So we'll dodge the body. We'll take the waist, so it's a light injury. And we'll take the foot, which is a heavy injury. And he will use a survival, yes, to dodge the body. Move the monster 2 spaces back without turning target suffers grab. 1, 2. Grab. Place target knocked down in front of the monster. Target suffers 1 damage per monster level. Okay, and he's going to suffer 1 damage to the body. So he's got no armor on the body. He's got light to the waist, heavy to the legs, and 1 armor on the arms and head. This is going to be a quick fight as he slaughters our survivors. But good news is it's our turn. So Aurora is going to go ahead and encourage Jafar. She does not lose it. She does have Rawhide set. And Jafar is going to go ahead four spaces, and he is going to attack 3 times with his dagger. Okay, so it is a 7+ to hit. That is a 7, 6, and 3, so that's 1 hit. It's a battle pressure. And yes, Jafar is going to king step. Let's roll on the king step chart. That is a 5 + 1 for the tempo token. That's a 6. Just as you start to follow the monster's subtle movements, the flip of the Kingsman's foot hooks your ankle. You are knocked down, gain a tempo token. All right, so he is knocked down. Not bad. As long as we don't roll low on that king step, we're okay. Just keep getting battle pressure. Snow. I don't even know if we should stand him up, but I almost think we should, because he's got the axe and he needs to get in range. So let's do that. So Snow is going to spend 1 of her survivals. She's down to 2 right now. To stand up Philip. All right. Snow's got the spear. Honestly, I think I'm just going to I'm going to do this. I want to put Snow right in front of him, 2 spaces away, so that's the closest target facing. And she's going to attack him with a spear, so she needs 6s. Well, let's do her last, I guess, huh? Let's go ahead and do Aurora, who's got the sword. 4. So she'll attack with a sword. She needs 6s to hit. That's a 6 and a 2. That is a battle pressure. Let's go ahead and roll on the king step table, a 9. We do not have Forbidden Dance in the settlement, so you sense a pattern and foresee the monster's attempt to trip you. At the last moment, you shift your balance, suffer 1 damage to the legs, and gain a tempo token. All right, so Aurora's got a tempo token, almost a 10, and she does suffer 1 damage to the legs. So she is down to 2 armor on the legs. And now we've got Snow, who's going to use her spear. It's a 6+ to hit. That is 1 hit, which is a battle pressure. I am not adjacent to the monster, so I can't use that. We can surge with everybody, though. So she'll go ahead and use her spear, and she'll surge. So we have to do some damage to this. So that's 1 survival left for her. She will surge, 6+ to hit him. That is an 8. It is 1 hit. The Regal Collar. If you hit with a dagger, gain 3 strength. I did not. And then there's death blow information, but this is not going to be a death blow. He has too many wounds. So with a strength of 3 on the King Spear, we're going to need a 9 to wound the Kingsman. That did not happen. Yep, we're going to have Aurora surge. Let's see if she keeps it. She does not. So she's down to 3 survival. And to attack, she needs a 6+ to hit. 2 misses. Well, the only thing that Philip can do then is go 1, 2, 3, 4. How many spaces is that attack? 2 spaces out to the side. So she stays there. 1, 2. So he better stay here. And he's got a rawhide headband, so why not? He'll take a look at the top 2 AI cards. Hammer and Spear. Both are 3 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3 damage. -1 movement token after damage, and this one destroys or reduces armor. At this hit location is 0 before applying damage. So we'll put Spear on the top. It is now his turn. We'll put the battle pressures back on top of the hit location deck. Oh boy, here we go. So he's going to do basic action because of King's Combat. Survivor in the blind spot, nobody. Oh, closest threat. So he needs to get 1 space away from her. So he will move here. So he's 1 space away from her. Let me make sure. Outfighting. Kingsman can attack a target up to 2 spaces away when the monster moves towards a target and the movement's monster 1 space away from the target. If the monster was already adjacent to the target, it will move 1 space away. This means the Kingsman can attack on diagonals. Okay, so he will move 1 off to the side, and he will actually end up attacking both of them. That was probably a mistake on my part. And we'll go ahead and do Aurora. So she has a 1 evasion. It's a 4+ to hit her. That is 3 hits to Aurora. And the locations end up being the foot, hand, and head. Foot, hand, and head. So she's going to take all of them. So she's got light damage on the legs and no armor in the other 2 spots. She will then get knocked back 5 and bash. And Jafar, he has 0 evasion, so that is 3s to hit him. That is 1 hit for Jafar. Let's find out where it is. It's on the body. That'll go to severe, so he's going to use his survival to dodge, his last survival. And you can use your survival even if you're sitting on the ground. So that was just the basic action. Let's find out what this was again. Spear. Closest threat in field of view in range. Closest threat. So that's going to be Snow. Full move towards a target. Make a separate attack against each survivor in the highlighted zone in order indicated by the arrows. So he's going to get hit first. It's 3 speed with a 3+ accuracy. Snow does have, she does not have any evasion. She only has 1 survival. So here we go. He's going to do 3 attacks to 3 plus 1. That is 2 hits. It's going to be 3 damage to these 2 locations. The head and the head. Well, I guess I'll take the head. So that drops her down to 1 armor on the head because she does have the skull helm. And she'll use her last survival to dodge the other one. Gain -1 movement token. Okay. So put a -1 movement token on her. And if I can find it, there it is. And that is his turn. Oh. Monster controller was Aurora. So she did get targeted. She does get 1 insanity. Sorry, I forgot to move that card. Okay. Wow. So Jafar does get to stand up because he was knocked down on a previous turn, not on the monster's turn. And Jafar's got the dagger. So yeah, he's gonna attack 3 times with the dagger. He needs a 7 plus. That is 1 hit, which is the battle pressure. And we will do King Step. He does have 2 tokens, so we add 2 to this roll. That's a 3. The monster swiftly finds an opening in your poor footwork and mercilessly slams your shin. Suffer a random severe leg injury and gain a tempo token. Oh, here's the tempo token anyways. A severe leg injury. Okay, that's horrible. Turn to the severe injury table. And roll on this. So here's the leg. That's what it says, right? Random severe leg injury. Okay, here we go. It's an 8. Broken leg. An ear-shattering crunch. Adjacent survivors suffer 1 brain damage. There's nobody adjacent. Suffer -1 permanent movement. The injury is permanent and it can be recorded twice. Gain a bleeding token. Okay, -1 permanent movement for him. And we'll mark down broken leg for him. Okay, and we'll give him a bleeding token. Okay. At least he's got 3 tempo tokens if he can survive long enough. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any more survival, so I think he's done. If he gets a perfect hit on the bone dagger, he gets a survival back. I don't think I've made a perfect hit yet. And if I did, it's my fault, so too bad. Philip. No, I think we're going to... I think Aurora is going to... Oh, she's down. Philip is going to stand her up. Let's see if he keeps it. He does not. He's down to 2 survival. And Aurora will run up and attack. I've got to. So 2 attacks. That is a 6+ to hit. That is 1 hit. It is the battle pressure. We will go ahead and King Step with her. She has 1 tempo token, so we add a 1. That is a 4. The monster easily predicts your motion and skewers you with your own momentum. Spend a survival or suffer a random severe body injury. We will spend a survival. Let's see if she keeps it. She does. Gain a tempo token. So that roll is not too bad. She will surge. Yep, she will surge. She keeps it. She needs a 6+ to hit. That is 2 hits. So battle pressure. The hit is canceled. This hit is canceled. And we got this hit location, which is first strike. So the hit is canceled. The survivor is adjacent to the monster. They may King Step. So we'll do the battle pressure and King Step. So she has 2 tokens. She needs an 8. Come on. That's a 7. Just you start to follow the monster's subtle movements. The tip of the king's man's foot hooks your ankle. You are knocked down. Gain a tempo token. Okay. Knocked down. That'll cancel that hit. And she gets another tempo token. So we're banking on these tempo tokens. I have to get King Step, but we're not going to survive this fight. So Snow's going in. So 2 attacks with her spear. She needs a 6 to hit. That is a 10, Lantern 10. Regal Skirt. Return any discarded battle pressures to the top and then perform a basic action targeting the attacker. That is not going to be good. So we need to crit this location. She doesn't have any luck, so we just need a Lantern. That is a 4. Not only does she miss, but he does this reflex. So all the battle pressures go to the top again. And then he's going to perform a basic action, target the attacker. Okay, so he's going to target everybody in the zone, which is including Aurora. It's 3 attacks. We will go ahead and do Aurora first. I don't think it says in the order of the arrows. In the order indicated by the arrows. Nope, it does. Okay, so it's going to be 3 attacks against Snow. She has no evasion, so it's a 3+ to hit her. That is 2 hits on Snow. Let's see where it goes. The waist and the waist. So I guess we're going to take the waist. So that's a light injury on the waist. She was the attacker, so she can't do anything. So she's going to take a severe injury to the waist. Okay, there we go. There's a Lantern 10. The blow sends you sprawling. You are knocked down. Well, I'm going to be knocked down anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and knocking over Philip also. I believe that's what it says, right? Knock back 5 in the direction of the arrows. Yep. And now we're going to attack Aurora, who's on the ground. So it's 3 attacks. She have 1 evasion, so it's a 7, 3, and 1. So 1 hit on her. She is not the attacker. She's just a victim. So she's going to dodge. Let's see if she keeps it. She does. So she still has 3 survival. The only other person we had to go was Philip, who's knocked down. So everyone's knocked down except for Jafar. Jafar has no survival, so he can't encourage. So our turn is done. So Kingsman controller is going to be Snow. We're going to do the basic action, which is threat in blind spot, or survivor in blind spot, and then closest threat. Oh. Yeah. And she dodged, so she's going to get hit again. Well, I could turn him this way, which still hits her. And that will knock them that way. If I do this, it will knock them that way. So let's turn this way. So he's going to attack. We'll go ahead and attack Jafar. So it's a 3+ to hit Jafar. That's 2 hits on Jafar. He has no survival, so he's going to take 3 damage to the body and 3 damage to the waist. So that's a severe on the body and a severe on the waist. So let's find out how long he can survive. Probably not long. Here's his severe on the body, which is an 8. It's a broken rib. It hurts even a breeze. Suffer -1 permanent speed. The injury is permanent and can be recorded multiple times. Gain a bleeding token. So -1 speed because he has broken ribs. And a bleeding token. So he's got 2 bleeding tokens now. And on the waist, it is a 9. We're rolling high on these severe injury tables. 9 on the waist is bruised tailbone. The base of your spine is in agony. You cannot dash until the showdown ends. We don't have dash anyways. You are knocked down. He's already knocked down. And he gets his 3rd bleeding token. So, knocked down. Now Aurora. There we go. So Aurora's going to get attacked 3 times. It's a 4+ to hit her. A 1, 3, and an 8. Okay. 1, 3, 8. It is 3 damage to her head. She's going to take that. So it's a severe injury to the head. Okay, we need to roll high. How about a 10? A 3. Decapitation, you are dead. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong character. Sorry. Completely my mistake. I erased it off of Snow. So Aurora's over here. And she... This is his attack, so she's going to dodge this one. She keeps it. And now he's going to do a regular attack on us. Here we go. Hammer. Closest knockdown survivor. Oh, okay. That is Aurora. She's already used her dodge. 3 attacks. 3+. He doesn't need to move, does he? Yes, he does. 1 spot. Closest knockdown survivor in range. Closest threat in range. Closest knockdown survivor. 3 attacks. It's a 3+. So it's a 4+ for her. 1, 3, and 4. She's going to take 3 damage to the hand. And it says, destroy armor. Reduce armor at this hit location to 0 before applying damage. So she already doesn't have armor on the hands. It's just going to go right to severe. So severe on the arms. It's a 7. Broken arm. At ear-shattering crunch, suffer -1 permanent accuracy. Okay. And -1 permanent strength. Wow. The injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. Gain a bleeding token. So she's got a broken arm. And she gets a bleeding token. Whew. Okay. The normal group I play with is usually like, why are we playing this out? Let's just end it. But there's always a chance, however small, that we come out victorious. So we'll see. Okay. She was completely knocked down on the last turn. She's just been getting hit on the ground. So she's going to stand up. I think Philip got knocked down on the monster's last turn because Snow bowled him over. And that was this last turn. So that's what we've got for people standing up. Okay, Aurora, let's see what you can do. I wish you can get around to the blind spot because he's weaker there. So she's going to come around. She's going to attack him twice. She needs 7s to hit because she has a -1 accuracy now. That's 1 hit. That's a battle pressure. She will king step. She has 3 tokens. So she learns king step. You grasp the pattern behind the monster's fine movements, a rhythm that lets you control the pace of the fight. You have overcome the battle pressure and learned something valuable. Gain the king step secret fighting art. All right. Stand by while I grab that. Okay, so king step, what it does is whenever you attack, you discard and any number of battle pressure hit locations, drawn and draw an equal number of hit locations. So excellent. So she will surge. She loses it. So she has 2 survival left. And she needs 7s to hit. So she'll remove the other 2 battle pressure cards and draw the next one, which is the Regal Faceplate. If you hit with a dagger, it's a +3 strength. No. Wound. The Kingsman fights dirty, spewing acid in your eyes. If the attacker is within 2 spaces of the Kingsman, they get -2 accuracy tokens. Okay, well that's awesome. So she needs a 2 -1. She needs a crit because there is a critical location on this card. So even though she can't reach the 11 she needs, if she crits, she actually wounds him. That does not. So he doesn't spew acid in her eyes, so that's good. But she does have King Step, so let's see what we're going to do. She's going to encourage Jafar to stand up, and she loses that. She's down to 1 survival. And Jafar is going to run up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right in his face. 3 attacks with the dagger. Come on. It's a 9, 4, and 3, so that's 1 hit. We've already burned through the battle pressures. So it's the Regal back, and it says, if you hit with the dagger, gain +3 strength. That's awesome. I am attacking with the dagger. So that's 4. So I need an 8 to wound the Kingsman. That's an 8. So here's an AI card. Gone. It's our 2nd wound on him. If the attacker has 3+ understanding, I do not. Or King Step, I do not. The subtle pattern of the monster's evasive steps are laid out in the open. The attacker is on the verge of learning something big and may spend 5 survival to gain 1 permanent evasion. No. Not even close. Okay. And he did not get a survival, so he can't really do anything. So let's see. So the King Spear is going to stay away from him right now. She needs a 6 to hit him. Oh, wait a minute. She's only got 4 movement because she does have a -1 movement token. Well, there's not much she can do then, except for get close. Okay. Now we've got Philip with the axe. All right, Philip. 1, 2, 3. I hate bunching everybody up like this because the Kingsman sweeps with that weapon. But I've got to do some damage. So 6s to hit. That is 1 hit. The hit location is the Regal Plume. It is impervious, but there is a crit location on it. So he needs to Lantern 10. No. So that is that. He will surge. Does he keep it? He does. 2 attacks. That is 1 hit again. Okay, so the halberd handle. There is a reflex. So he's got a bone axe, which is 3 plus a 2 strength. That's 5. So he's going to need a 7 to wound. That is an 8. So he does wound. It's our 3rd wound. Reflex. Spend 2 survival to gain a courage. And boldly deflect the halberd. Or all survivors within 2 spaces of the Kingman are knocked down. Okay. We're going to knock everybody down. And that's going to be the end of our turn. Yes. The battle pressures go back on top of the hit location deck. And we got to remember that we're all knocked down on our turn. So they'll all stand up at the end of his turn. So he's going to do his basic action. The monster controller is Philip. Survivor in the blind spot. There is nobody. Closest threat. So that is going to be our Snow. So he's going to go 1, collide with them. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it just collides with them. It would have knocked him over. They're already knocked over, so it doesn't count. And then he's going to attack this way against Snow. It's 3 attacks. It is a 3+ to hit Snow. 2 hits on Snow. So the locations of those 2 hits are the foot and the foot. So I'm going to take a heavy on the foot. And I'm going to dodge, which is her last survival. So she's out of survival. The heavy will knock her down, and then she suffers bash and knockback 5 in the direction of the arrows. So it ends up being that way. 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocked over. Okay. Next attack for him, this AI card is Lantern Mirage. When Lantern Mirage comes into play, draw an AI card. The Kingsman synchronization subtle movements with Lantern light pulses. While Lantern Mirage is in play, the monster gains 3 evasion tokens. Oh my goodness, as if he wasn't hard enough to hit. So he's going to get 3 evasion tokens. When this comes into play, any survivor carrying gear with other keyword feels lightheaded and are knocked down. We don't have any other gear. Others like weird gear. The closest thing we had was probably Monster Tooth Necklace. And yeah, that's it. So nobody has it. Discard Mirage when a survivor scores a perfect hit. All right, well, that's what we got to do. But it says draw an AI card. Spear. Closest threat in field of view in range. There's no threats. No target guard. Everybody's knocked down. There's no threats. Okay, so it is our turn. Everybody stands up. He's got 3 evasion tokens. We need a perfect hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is Jafar's full movement. He's also got -1 speed. So it's 2 attacks with the dagger. He's going to need a 10, a lantern, to actually hit. None. And that's his turn. Okay. We're going to go ahead and... I was hoping he was going to be able to get King Step. Aurora is the other one with King Step. She has full movement. So she's going to come up and attack him twice. She needs lanterns. She hits. Oh my goodness. So there's a perfect hit, which discards Lantern Mirage. So these evasion tokens are gone. And then she's going to hit this location, which is the Regal Gauntlet. There is a reflex, but let's see if she actually hits first. So she's got a strength of 2 on the blown blade with her -1 strength. Again, there is no crit location on this, so unfortunately she can't even wound it. Right. So he will just do his reflex. Turn to face the attacker, then without turning, move the monster 2 spaces directly away. 1, 2. So we collide. Knocking Jafar over. And what else does he do? If the attacker has King Step, they may follow the Kingsman and move 2 spaces forward. Otherwise, cancel all hits now out of range. If I did that, the only reason I would do that is to surge. Wow, he's out of range again. Sure, why not? So she's going to surge. Let's see if she keeps it. Of course not. She's all out of survival. She'll attack twice, meaning Lantern tends to... No. We're back to normal. So 6, 7, because they're minus 1 accuracy. 7's to hit. That's 1 hit on him. It is the trap. Gouts of acid spew from the cracks in the monster's armor. Attacker is doomed. All survivors within 2 spaces suffer damage to a random hit location equal to the number of wounds on the wound stat. Any survivor with shield may elect to protect themselves and ignore this trap, returning any discarded battle pressures to the top. Okay. So the number of wounds on the wound deck is 3. So she's going to suffer 3 damage to the body. And that's all of her armor on the body. And let's shuffle the hit location deck. Even if these survivors make it, which they're not going to, but even if they did make it, they are pretty useless. Broken arms, broken legs, broken ribs. Let's see what happens. Okay, putting the battle pressures on the top, which doesn't really matter. He's out of range anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is now the monster's turn. Jafar is the monster controller. We will do the basic action, which is full move towards target. So closest threat is Aurora. He will move back 1. Yeah, it's got to be that would make him move 2. So 1. He'll turn to face her. He'll do 3 attacks. It is a 4+ to hit her. 1 hit. She's out of survival, so she's got to take this hit. She's taken 1 hit to the foot. Whenever you attack after drawing hit locations, but before rolling a wound, you may choose 1 hit location drawn and discard it to draw a new hit location. Okay, that's nice. But she gets hit in the foot, so she's taking a heavy and a severe. So rolling on a severe chart, it is a 5. That probably is not good. 5 on the leg says hamstrung. Painful rip, the leg is unusable. You can no longer use fighting arts or abilities. She has nothing. Fighting arts. She can't use King Step. That's awesome. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once, gain a bleeding token. That is awesome. Hamstrung. Okay, well, she cannot use that anymore. She gets a bleeding token, which is her 2nd. And that was his basic action. Yes, so she is going to get knocked down. And now he's going to draw his AI card, which is King's Grace, all threats in the zone of death. So that's just going to be Philip. In the order of the monster controller's choice, attack each target in the zone of death. Survivors with King Step may ignore this attack. If the monster does not attack any survivor's guard. So it's 3 attacks. It's a 3+ to hit. It's a 4+ because he does have an evasion. So 4+ to hit him. 2 hits on him. Those locations are 3 to the head or 3 to the head. We'll take 3 to the head and we'll dodge 1. Let's see if he keeps it. He does. So he's got 0 armor on the head location, but he's still up. Amazing. So we're going to stand up Jafar, and we're going to stand up Snow. She was knocked down on the monster's turn, so she's staying down. And, oh my goodness, believe it or not, I'm sorry. Aurora was so she does get an insanity because she was the monster controller. Not that she needs it, she's going to die. Okay, so that was great. we don't have King Step anymore. So 1, 2, 3. Jafar's going to attack with a dagger. He gets 2 attacks because he's got a -1 permanent speed. He needs a 7, 7, 6 for being in the blind spot. 6 to hit. Okay, so he gets a survival because that's a Lantern 10. That is 2 hits. So there's 1 battle pressure, and here's the 2nd battle pressure. So he is going to King Step. He's got 3 battle pressure tokens. 7. Just as you start to follow the monster's subtle movements, the tip of the Kingsman's foot hooks your ankle, you are knocked down, gain a tempo token. Okay, he's got 4 tempo tokens. I tell you what, yeah, Philip's going to make him stand up. So encourage him. Philip loses that, so Philip's down to 1 survival. And he's going to use the 1 survival he just got to surge. So that's 2 attacks. 6 plus to hit. That is a 9. So that is another battle pressure. He's going to King Step. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay, he gets the King Step fighting art. If he survives this. Okay. So, and actually you're supposed to archive the battle tempos once they get King Step. So I'll do that. Gracious. No, Philip's going to go right in his face. 2 attacks with the axe. It's a 6 plus to hit him. That's 1 hit. It is the Regal back. So if you hit with the dagger, it's a +3 strength. There is a wound reaction. So let's go ahead and try to hit him. It is a strength 5 with his toughness of 12. That makes it a 7. So a 7 to wound him. I missed. So the wound reaction does not take place. He is going to surge, and he loses his last survival. At least he went down fighting. Okay, 2 attacks, 6 plus to hit him. That is 2 hits. So the Regal Gauntlet and the Regal Sheath. So the Sheath has him do a basic action targeting me. The wound, attacker gains +1 survival. So let's do the Regal Gauntlet. So we're going to do the Regal Gauntlet first. So again, he's going to need a 7 to wound him. That is a 9. Holy cow. So here's an AI card gone. 4 wounds on the Kingsman. Attacker gains +1 survival. So that's beneficial. The Kingsman staggers and gains -2 toughness until the start of the next monster turn. So -2 toughness on him. So I'll take it, which makes it easier to hit this location. So 7, 6, 5. He needs 5 to wound. That's a 1. Couldn't take advantage of it. Reflex. Returning to discard battle pressures to the top of the hit location. About to happen anyways. And then perform basic action, target the attacker. So he's going to step back 1. Colliding with Jafar. And he's going to attack 3 times. So it's a 4 plus to hit him because he's got a +1 evasion. That is 3 hits on him. To the foot, head, and hand. So the foot he can take. The hand he can take. The head he's going to go right to severe injury because he was the attacker and cannot use survival. So here we go. To the head location. 4. Decapitation, you're dead. That is awesome. So Philip is dead. That's too bad. There's our first survivor down. Probably will not be our last. And that was our turn. 3, 4. Okay, so Snow with her -1 movement token can actually get in range with her spear. Why not? She'll attack twice. It's a 6 to hit him. That is 1 hit. It is a battle pressure. Of course it is. And we will go ahead and King Step. So let's turn back to King Step. And we need a 10. That is a 6. You start to follow the monster's subtle movements. The tip of the Kingsman's foot hooks your ankle. You are knocked down, gain a tempo token. Okay. So knocked down. That is our first tempo token. Okay, so that is the end of our turn. So at the beginning of his turn, that battle pressure goes back up to the top. He's going to do his basic action, and these are gone. Monster controller is Snow, but she's knocked down. So his basic action is going to be closest threat. Nobody. So he's going to guard. Nobody's in his blind spot. Closest threat. No target. Guard. And next he's going to do Clang. The Kingsman bangs his lantern halberd rhythmically against the ground. Intimidate all survivors. All non-survivors suffer 3 brain damage. If the settlement innovated Song of the Brave, they suffer 1 brain damage instead. I do not. So everybody gets 3 brain damage. So Jafar's down to 0. Aurora fills the box in. And Snow gets a brain trauma. Okay. So brain trauma. It is a 9, and I think I have Accept the Darkness, so that gives me a +2 on rolls. I'll check that. I believe that's an 11. Maniacal Laughter, you are knocked down, gain -1 speed token. The priority target token, oh my goodness. That's Snow. She's already knocked down, so it's not a big deal. -1 speed token, that's going to hurt. And 1d5 insanity, so 1 insanity. Okay, couldn't be worse. This is a slow bleed to death. Let me check Accept the Darkness. Yes, add +2 to all brain trauma rolls. Okay. Full move the Kingsman away from the most survivors. Turn to face the nearest survivor. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Place any discarded battle pressures on the top. Okay, that doesn't matter. And we've cycled through his entire AI deck. And with that, we've done 4 wounds to him. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Okay, so Clang happened. The basic action happened. That was not then. They all stand up because none of that happened during his turn. And he guarded, which was his first action. So gains +5 toughness until the start of the next monster turn. So he's at +5 toughness. So we can't even wound him with any of our weapons. So what shall we do? We can't even get to him. So let's make sure he can't get to us. At least for one of his attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to be out of range. Let's move this way. Let's move this way. He's going to be the priority target token. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? She has -1 movement. No. Okay, she'll just stay there. And our turn is done. I guess we can use our Rawhide headband and take a look at the top 2 AI cards. Let's see what they are. King's Grace and Hammer. Both are 3. This one ignores armor. This one would attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody. So let's do Hammer on the top. Even though it's a horrible, horrible card. But otherwise, everybody gets attacked. Alright, so the monster controller is now Jafar. And we're going to do the basic action, which is Survivor the Blind Spot, closest threat. But it's going to target Snow. Done. Okay, and what that does is it removes the priority target token from Snow. And that's his turn. Where is the... Oh, there it is. However, now we get to do Hammer. Closest knockdown survivor or closest threat in range. So, do we want him to hit Jafar, who's got King Step, or Aurora, who cannot use her King Step? I guess we'll have him attack Aurora. 1. So it's 3 attacks, 3 plus to hit. Here we go. It's a 4 plus because she's got a evasion. 4 plus to hit. 2 hits. To the head and the hand. She's got to take both of them. Head, hand. It's a severe to the head and a severe to the arm. So severe to the head. 6. Deaf. You won't hear it. You won't hear it coming. Suffer -1 permanent evasion. The injury is permanent and can be recorded once. And that's a bleed token, which is probably how she's going to die. And now to the hand. A 2. No, it's going to be Die of Shock. Your vision fades along with the sight of your mangled, armless torso. Okay. Survivor number 2. Down. Now it's our turn. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 2 attacks with dagger in the blind spot. He does have a -1 movement and a -1 speed, so that's just 2 attacks, 6 plus to hit him. 2 misses. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and attack him with the King Spear. That's 1 hit. That is a battle pressure. I'm going to go ahead with King Step. That is a 4. The monster easily predicts your movement, skewers you with your own momentum, spend 1 survival. Nope. Or suffer a random severe body injury. Okay, we're going to suffer a random severe body injury. Let's see if she survives this. Body. 4. Gaping chest wound. Suffer -1 permanent. Strength. Permanent and can be recorded multiple times. Gain a bleeding token. Gaping chest wound. Awesome. But it was just straight to severe, so it doesn't knock it down, I guess. Next, monster controller is Snow. Monster's going to do his basic, which is, oh, look, Survivor in the blind spot. He'll turn around, step back 1. Oh, great. And hit both of our survivors. In the order indicated by the arrows. Okay. So, the order indicated is first, get an insanity for Snow. She has 2. And it is going to be 3 attacks, 3 plus to hit. That is 3 hits. She has no survival. She's going to take 3 damage to the waist, body, and hand. Let's see what happens. Body's on heavy. Waist and arms both get a severe injury roll. Let's do waist first. It's a 9. Broke bruised tailbone. The base of your spine is in agony. You cannot dash till the shot ends. You are knocked down, gain a bleeding token. Okay. And the second, which is on her arms, it's a 9. Dislocated shoulder. Pop. You cannot activate two-handed or paired weapons or use block until showdown ends. Gain a bleeding token. All right. Well, she's probably going to be bleeding to death. She does get knocked down. And bash, knockback 5, takes her to the edge of the board. Next, we're going to have Jafar get attacked. It is a 3+ to hit Jafar. That is 2 hits on Jafar. To these 2 locations, the foot and the waist. So that is severe injury rolls for the foot and the waist. Okay, severe injury to the foot first. 4. Dismembered leg. Lose a leg. You suffer -2 permanent movement and can no longer act. Oh, dash. The injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. A survivor with 2 dismembered legs must retire at the end of the showdown or settlement phase. Gain a bleeding token. That's the important piece. Gain a bleeding token. So he's up to 4. Well, let's do waste. 1. Okay. With your last gasp, you utter final words of bravery. Adjacent survivors get +1 survival. Not adjacent. We have 1 survivor left. And she laying on the ground. Okay, that was his basic. So now his regular action is King's Grace. All threats in the zone. No threats, guard. In the order, okay. So there are no threats, so he will guard. So he's impossible for me to wound unless I get that crit. So that was the end of his turn. She'll stand up. She doesn't even have King Step. She has -1 movement token. She's going to go around to the back, and it's a 6/5 to hit him. 5 to hit him. She has -1 strength and -1 speed. So 5 to hit him. That is a miss. And that's all she can do. So the Kingsman is going to attack. 3 attacks. It is a 3+ to hit her. That is 2 hits to the body and the hand. Both are severe injuries. So to the body, knocked down. And to the hand, 2. Dive shock. Your vision fades along with the sight of your mangled armless torso. Bleh. Dead. All right, so that is the Kingsman fight. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, which was not at all. So the survivors are actually going to return back to the settlement. So what we do is, if we lose survivors, yeah, I'll have to look it up because we don't get back to gain endeavors. We get update death count. But gain endeavors is the 4 from the returning from the hunt. These gain endeavors are because we lost 4 survivors. So I believe we get the 8 endeavors. 2 for each of the survivors that died. So there's our 8 endeavors. Okay, move over, Kingsman. That was a fun fight. Not. So you may use this once per settlement phase. Can't use Shrine again for the fight we're going out on. We can use drums if we want to. And scrap smelting we can't. So out of our endeavors, we could use drums if we need to. I am guessing that we're going to take our survivors out again, the ones that we normally take out, which is Ariel, Belle, Olaf, Gaston. Yeah, we do have Hans, Tiana, Anna, Elsa, We have a lot of survivors that we can try to take out, but I think we're going to try to take survivors out that we need to increase their weapon proficiency. So we'll do that. I'll prepare that off camera. But let's decide what we're going to do with these 4 endeavors before I sign, or these 8 endeavors before I sign off. I am thinking, now that we have lost Aurora, Snow, Philip, and Jafar, and we are down to population of 14 now, that we should probably augury and try to get intimacy story event going and increase our population. We still do have infinite drift in the intimacy book, so even if we do a roll of 1, we won't lose the population. So we do have enough resources. Let's do that. Let's augury the hell out of these people. Okay, so augury. Does one of our survivors need understanding? Let's take a look. Yes. So Gaston actually needs an understanding to get to insight. So we'll go ahead and augury with him. So here's our first endeavor. It's a 6, so he gains a survival. Useless. Let's augury with him again. 1. Lose 1 resource from the settlement if you do gain an understanding. Okay? So he will do that. And we will get to trigger the insight story event. Okay, insight. On the settlement phase, the hunt, which once filled you with inexorable dread, takes on a new dimension. Your expeditions outside the settlement inspire you with curiosity and wonder. Gain the following ability and roll on the table below. Tinkerer, which is great. Roll on the table below. Get a 10. 9. Gain 1 permanent accuracy. Okay, so he's got a permanent accuracy. He does have -2 movement. But he does get to draw a pattern card. Okay, so he's got these pattern cards. We'll draw 1 and add it to our patterns that we can make. So, the Tempered Dagger. Scrap Smelting, Founding Stone, we have both of those. A bone, a leather, a scrap, and a scrap dagger. Okay, so it'll be a little bit before we can actually do that. But getting +1 permanent accuracy is not a bad thing. Okay, let's see. Somebody else need an understanding. Needs 2, needs 2, needs 2. Has 3, has 0. Okay, we're just gonna have Anna. She's got 1 understanding, but she'll augury. So here we go. But as a 4, she gains a survival. Useless. She will augury again. A survival. She will augury again. 8. Intimacy. So we'll nominate 2 survivors. So we're going to nominate. Nobody is truly, truly broken. Does anybody have permanent injuries? Shattered jaw. But that's not bad for Ariel. Gaston, who needs 1 more for dagger specialization. He does have a destroyed back and a shattered jaw. So let's do Gaston. And we're going to do... not Bell. Not Olaf. Yeah, Olaf's a female. I made a mistake when making that. Oh geez. Let's make it Tiana. No. Yes. No, yes. No, yes. Is Ariel anything? Ariel. Spear. Anna. Yeah, we're going to make it Anna. Okay. Hercules and Anna. So Hercules and Anna are going to be intimate and see if they can't make a child, since we lost 4 population. So rolling twice and taking the lowest because we have survival of the fittest. Oh, I had all those rerolls I could have used during the Kingsman fight. That's okay. 4 plus 1 population. So that's good. That's what we were looking for. So 15 population, and we're going to make that female. We'll enter year 6. Okay. Well, we can do that again. So Anna. Augury. That's a 1. So we're going to lose a resource. So we have 3 lion claws and an understanding. All right, Anna, do it again. We got 2 more endeavors. 7, gain a survival. Useless. Our population survival is 4. So she is at max survival. And last one. Okay, so that was a waste. So that was all of our endeavors. We still don't have dash. So I think when we go out again, we're going to fight the level 1 white lion again. And we'll see if we can't get a cat eye circlet from the Eye of the Cat. Yep, I think that's what we'll do. So when I come back with the next video, it's going to be the hunt for the level 1 white lion. So thanks for watching me get it slaughtered, and I'll see you in the next video.